Hey folks, I'm CPC Gamer, and welcome to the stream! I'm so happy to be doing this one, you don't even know. So, a little bit of a backstory to this here stream. A couple of days ago was my 2-year affiliate anniversary. That's why I've got the little pirate hat. Yeah. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to celebrate, and I'm going to do something, essentially, something that I have wanted to do since I started creating content for the internet. The very first video I uploaded was fast food on CPC, which is not this. It is so not this. But, like, I've always been wanting to do Silent Hill 2, because this is one of my favorite games. It is... I have said many things about this game. It is the best one in the series. It is the absolute pinnacle of its genre. It's my wife. Yeah, Lady Mappy, right there. I've sewed this game to my leg. It is surgically attached to me. And I have removed it so that I can put it in the disc tray and play it for you guys. So let's do that. We just cut off that one little drum beat at the end. That's fine. Alright. So let's go. So I'm not playing the HD remaster. This is the original PS2 version. It's a PAL version on PS2. So it's missing a couple of things that subsequent releases would have, but this is one of the earliest commercially available versions of the game. So, and this is one of the things that I realized I can just play multiple. I've got 7 versions of Silent Hill 2. I just play a different one next time. Yeah. So Silent Hill 2, does one of the best things in the world for Silent Hill games. You can turn the action level up and down. So that's how many monsters show up, what they do, and there's a couple of, like, interpersonal things that happen in the game, but we'll get to that. And riddle level. Easy, normal, and hard. I don't believe this one has expert. I haven't unlocked it. If it has, we're doing normal. In order to get expert, you have to complete the game on easy, medium, and hard riddle difficulty. There you go. Thank you for the command. It's entirely true. So, one of the reasons that I rave about this game, somebody said fangirling over there, and, like, yes, that's me. And one of the reasons I do that is there is so much going on in this game that tells a story in the background. And that intro is one example.
Mary, could you really be in this town?
Because the game just gave you a big clue to James's backstory. And I'm not going to go into it now, because it does come up later. We'll address it later. But just know, the very first thing the game shows you is a clue to the ending. And also the oldest video game trick in the book, where, like, this mirror right here, that's just a second copy of the bathroom on the other side of this wall. And I'm controlling 2 Jameses right now. Yeah. I've heard a lot of things going wrong with the remake, and, like, man, get out of here. So, I mentioned that this is the original PS2 version. There's a couple of bits that are not present in subsequent releases. One of these bits of trash down here, you can pick that up in subsequent releases, and it helps you get an ending. We're not doing that right now. We're just gonna keep going and head on out. Nah, come on, Crowley. That's not real. That'd be very, very silly.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did.
She
Wow.
did say the stream title.
I'm alone there now,
Isn't that great?
in our special place, waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then, why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Does she mean the park on the lake? We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us, staring at the water. Could Mary really be there? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
Well, see, there's the thing, Tempest. Silent Hill, it's a holiday town. That's why James is here. He used to come here with Mary all the time before she died. It's just... The monsters and the jank came later on, yeah? So, Japanese horror. I love it. And it is typified by having you being alone with something that hates you. And this game has established this right away. Because obviously you got this high and wide shot of James alone at the lake. But look at the general state of disrepair in this area. Right? In the past I've talked about yelling about road textures. This is where I yell about the road textures. Look at this busted jank. The state of disrepair on these roads. No one has been this way for a long time. And that toilet over there, we've all been in that toilet on a road trip, and we've all gone you know what, I think I'll hold it, I'll wait. And, this is something that the HD version gets kind of wrong, because these road textures are pristine. And it's that's wrong. It's not supposed to look like that. Also, speaking of, these road signs are also kind of wrong. Because Brahms is apparently 265 kilometers away, despite being the next town over. And small enough that Brahms and Silent Hill police departments share offices. And in the first game, a character says that she's gonna walk from one town to the next. That's how close they are. And then old Silent Hill... Oh, I thought American signs were in miles. Kilometers, excuse me. They are in miles? Well, there you go. This one's in miles, so it follows that they would be in miles as well. Point is, Brahms is not 265 miles away. And old Silent Hill is not 50 miles away, because that's where the first game took place. So, either Silent Hill is huge, or non-Euclidean, or they designed these textures before people started writing this sort of stuff down. So, you know, don't even worry about it. Everything's fine. That's just me fangirling about nerd stuff. Ah. Apparently James forgot something in the car. Should probably go get that. This is the game's way of saying, hey, go get the map. The map is really, really important. It's kind of weird that he forgot the map, to be fair, because, and this is one of my favorite things about this game, we have stuff in our inventory at the start of the game, and I love it when games do this. So, we've got a letter from Mary, which says, in my restless dreams, I see that town, Silent Hill. This is just the letter that she read in the intro. We heard it. We heard Akira Yamaoka playing 3 chords. Oh, he loves those 3 chords. What a good piece of music. And we also have a picture of Mary stood by the lake. And I think that's really, really good storytelling. Because, like, check it out. Mary is, like, right here where we are right now. And that's why we're here at the observation deck. That's why the game starts here. And damn, that's really clever background storytelling, isn't it? I think it is. I don't know, I just love it when games start off with, like, junk in your inventory and you get to, like, check it out and see what it is. Oh, this is how you know we're playing, the PAL version of the game, because in America this says Toluca Lake, like with an R, but it's actually Toluca Lake with an L. Hey Click, how's it going? Oh, for sure, Rick's just I'm getting mad technical with this. I have deconstructed this game and written about it and all sorts. Now, I apologize in advance for saying this. Think about Silent Hill Homecoming. I know, don't worry, we'll come back to this one in a second. I'm going somewhere with this. Think about the intro to Silent Hill Homecoming, where you had bombs and gunfire, and strangling and dismemberment, and fire, and Pyramid Head was there, and there were on-screen deaths, off-screen deaths, and monsters, and quick-time events, and tutorials about stealth, and, like, it started at 11, which is certainly a strategy, but where do you go from there? Because either everything's gonna get worse from that point onwards, or your best is like a pair of 2s, and you've already played your cards, and I can see them, and what the hell are you doing, Silent Hill Homecoming? Compared to this, where the build-up is just... what? Hi. What? Like, we're not even in Silent Hill yet. We're potentially not even in the same state yet. But here we are enjoying a nice walk down by the lake. Incidentally, Toluca Lake is based on a real place. It's based on Derwent Water in England, and I've been there. And this bit exists, by the way. You can go for a big long walk down, like, through the forest by the lake. It's really weird being there. Ah, it's a mist puzzle. There's something in the well. What's that? looking at this makes me feel like someone's groping around inside my skull. Gives me a weird feeling. It's a save point. It's these big red squares. And people, like the fans, aren't entirely sure what the save points are. Like some people have suggested, paper that is drenched in blood, or some, like, part of the halo of the sun. In reality, it's a save point. James is looking at a save point. And it's like if, you know, if you went outside and there's just a health pack floating 2 feet off the ground, and you're like, oh yeah, it's a health pack. Why wouldn't it be? To your point, Lady Mappy, Silent Hill is in Maine, and Toluca Lake is roughly equivalent to, I believe, Lake Michigan in size, or it's meant to be. The given size is like 5 square kilometers, and I looked up equivalent lake sizes, and the closest is Lake Albert, which is, man, it's something in Africa that was named to impress Queen Victoria. What an original concept. That doesn't exist. Anyway, hi.
Excuse me,
Oh, I'm sorry. I
No,
was
it's
just...
okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Yeah. I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But
Yes?
I think you'd better stay away. This, this town, there's something wrong with it. It's kind of hard to explain, but
Is it dangerous?
maybe. And it's not just the fog either.
Okay,
It's...
I got it. I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I really don't care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going to town either way.
But why?
I'm looking for... someone.
Who is it?
Someone... very important to me. I'd do anything if I could be with her again.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry. It's not your
No,
problem.
I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
So Patch brings it up there. A+ voice acting. That scene right there is probably what most people think of when they think of, like, the general state of the voice acting in Silent Hill 2. It's kind of awkward and stilted and weird. Hi. What? Oh. And it keeps going. By the way, like, you can do that again. I think. Hey.
Aren't you looking for someone?
That's right.
But the takeaway from this interaction is not so much that the characters are, like, the voice actors are being weird, more that the characters are acting bizarrely. Because this game does lean fairly heavily into dream logic. Like, we've seen a save point, for example, which, you know, that doesn't make a great deal of sense, but yeah, sure, in a dream it does. Also, yeah, Mew makes a very good point. Like, if you meet someone in a foggy graveyard, hi? What? Some of my dreams do have save points. It's weird. Well, here's the thing. Toluca Lake has at least 2 towns built along the edge of it. But also, you can cross part of it on a boat, like in a rowboat, potentially. So, who even knows? We got a chainsaw! This is a New Game Plus weapon. It's not a very good New Game Plus weapon. Look at that startup! Look at that startup! It's not a very good weapon, but there's like one reason why you want to have it. James, stand there, let me look at you, do your thing. Do the thing, James. He rests on it and does a cocky little head waggle like it's a cane and he needs a top hat. But that's kind of like Silent Hill 1. There was a New Game Plus weapon in that game where there was a, you could either have a power drill or a chainsaw. Neither of them were very good. And neither is this. But here it is. See, I've done a couple of those. Generally speaking, when I realize that I am dreaming, my response is, oh, I guess none of this matters, and I force my eyes awake, and I'm in bed. Sometimes I'll do things like, you know, I'll fly, or command the people around me is just like, let's all have a party. I made teen cake. Generally speaking, when I realize I'm dreaming, I end it, which is a little sad. Am I too far to trigger the thing? I'm too far to trigger the thing. If you run alongside the lake, it triggers ambient noise where you hear running dogs like behind you in the audio mixing, and it's hot damn, that's a really good choice. I don't need to read that danger keep out sign. Not entirely sure I can read, so it's not gonna stop me. In we go. There's also a second idle animation with a chainsaw, where if you get a kill with it, James just holds it over his head and starts screaming. I don't know if it's in this version of the game. I'm not gonna kill an enemy with it to find out. Chainsaw is really awkward. Well, Lady Mappy is reading ahead in the script a little bit, but yeah, you're right. James looks and acts like a man who does not care, and we'll see more of that as we go through the game. and we'll touch on it more as we go through the game. But, like, no, this is... Actually, there's a good example coming up right now. So let's head down and find out. By the way, this gives me anxiety. This, like, water channel thing. I don't like it. And I can't explain it. It's just general anxiety that I don't want for it to be there. But anyways, yeah, Toluca Lake has, like, 2 fairly sizable towns on its shores. And there's a hotel there. And there's a lighthouse somewhere. And there's a church in the middle. And a second separate water tower nearby. A lot of this comes up in Silent Hill 4. But, it's a pretty big lake. And, yeah, actually, a lot of it is probably because Konami came up with these sizes before they started writing this stuff down and realized that people are going to start paying attention to the things they write. So it's just, oh yeah, that's how big it is. Whatever. Don't worry about it. Alright, time. We are 31:35 into this stream, and we have just arrived in Silent Hill. Good times. Come on, camera. Behave yourself. Stop? Why would I stop? Oh. Are these marks blood? That shadow just now. So this is a good example of James just not caring. Because that's a monster. I don't think it is any spoilers to say there are monsters in this game. And this blood right here, this isn't... That's not an impact or a drag, necessarily. This is a swing. Something has just been cartwheeled and frisbeed down the street. And James is just like, yeah, you know what? I'll follow that. What's the worst that could happen? I hope it's funny. Tempest, thank you very much for stopping by. Have a good evening. Hope everything goes well. They do actually recontextualize that in the book, actually. James assumes that the figure that he saw was a mugging victim, and the blood belonged to it. So he's like, I should probably follow that person who has been mugged and hurt and see if they are okay. So at least he's got that going for him. Oh, also, shout out to the devs for the best thing ever in survival horror games. James looks at stuff. Harry Mason didn't look at stuff. James looks at stuff. What's that he's looking at? Golly, it's a health drink. Why would I need such a thing? I don't know. Is there anything in there? I forget. I don't think there is. Let's find out. By the way, what a really good loading screen. Oh, there is! Give me that. Yeah! I was gonna go and leave, but then I saw this one. Let's grab you as well. Thank you. Ah, there's no extra dialogue. Alright, cool. In Silent Hill 3, which is built in this game's engine, Heather keeps commenting on the save points as she sees them. And it's weird because, like, the save points make a little bit of sense in the other Silent Hill games. Like, in the first game, it's notepads where Harry writes down what he's done so that someone who finds it knows what he's done. It's the halo of the sun in the third game, which forces you to remember yourself. But yeah, did you nearly fall out of the game world, Jams? Because, oh, that'd be great. That'd be absolutely hilarious. To hype the time quest over here. That's my greatest fear coming into Silent Hill. Geometry. What's my ready button? That one? Yeah! Alright. So, this scene was very much like the Silent Hill 1, where
Is it dead?
in that game, you go down this little back alley, and then it suddenly gets surrounded by barbed wire, and you head towards monsters and die, and it's deliberately designed to recreate that feeling. You know, terror about incoming death. Just unrelenting horror, really.
Oh, yeah. This thing broken? What the? I'd better take it anyway. I might need it.
If you're a massive nerd who owns the press review version of this game, then that message is not obfuscated in any way. You hear that voice speaking in full and uninterrupted. I wish I'd taken a recording of that, but, I didn't. So, anyway, let's get going. Camera, behave yourself. Whoop, there you go. I think he was pulling out the radio because he heard it. Like, for whatever reason, he was attracted to that noise. And I think there's just a dip in the geometry there. That's why James keeps dipping down like that. I'm only slightly worried he's going to fall out of the map. It's fine. It's not going to happen anymore. I'd listen to some tunes while I was going around Silent Hill, to be honest with you. I'd listen to, probably like the Twin Peaks soundtrack. Because if you listen to the Twin Peaks soundtrack, everything just... like, the color drains from the world, you know? Anyways, now there are monsters. And these guys are called the Lying Figures. And isn't that an evocative name? Whoop, there's another one behind me. Hi. So, this game really leans into the idea that the enemies in Silent Hill are like manifestations of parts of you. So all of the enemies are like representative of some element of James or Mary. And these guys, I like how I'm doing this, by the way, while just clobbering it to death with a plank. These guys are representative of Mary. Specifically in her later days as she was ill, and essentially her life was coming to an end, because they are, like, very obviously female enemies. They've got shapely legs and curves and all that sort of stuff. But they are wearing a straitjacket made out of themselves. Literally, they are monstrous and trapped in their own skin. Which, top tier visual metaphor. I like it. But it also goes a little bit more than that. Where are you? Let's see if we can take a look at this one, wherever it is. Because they're trying to be sexy. Like, you can see, like, they've got high heels on. And they're trying to be sexy, but they can't. They are in too much pain that they can't do anything but hurt and just spit venom at James, which is great. That's really good enemy design. And we saw a little something there. I will try to demonstrate it the next time we find one. Because they have a behavior that is completely unique to any of the enemies in Silent Hill. Alright, where are we? You are over here somewhere. Yeah, there you are. Right. So typically in Silent Hill, the way it goes is you knock the enemies down, and then you kick them, and that's what kills them. But these guys, go on. You knock them down, and they scream, and they run away. They are the only enemy in, like, the entirety of Silent Hill that does that. With the possible exception of, I think, 14 from Silent Hill 4. But yeah, that literally, they are more afraid of us than we are of them. And, like, honestly, what does that say about James? That the monsters are screeching and running away from them. It's also designed to give you a feeling of, like, killing roaches. I don't know if you've ever heard cockroaches shriek, but cockroaches can shriek. It's not a nice sound, and that's what that is kind of designed to evoke. Exactly! The monster who is based off an element of his wife, no less. I always forget what the door is to this one. Is it this door? That's not the door. There you go. For no reason at all, you can go into this door. And here it is, the thing that people always think about when they think about the Silent Hill 2. There was a hole here. It's gone now. And some people think that this refers to, like, the hole from Alice in Wonderland, like the rabbit hole. It's gone. You're stuck here now. And some people think that it's long-term storytelling about Silent Hill 4. There's a map here. It's gone now. Anyway. What's that symbol at the end of Martin Street? I copied it onto my own map. But yeah, people think that this could be related to Silent Hill 4, where that game has you you move around Toluca Lake with impossible holes in the wall, and like you climb into tunnels that appear and move around and might not even exist. But as far as I'm concerned, I think that that is a bit more of a metaphorical comment. Oh, hello. Give me that. I think it's a metaphorical thing, because we found it in a bar. There is a hole in James's life. He fills it with alcohol. That hole is gone now. The game does touch on it a little bit, that like James has issues with alcohol abuse. But that's something we come to later. I hear you. Where are you? That's an enemy. That is also an enemy, but not the one that I'm looking for. Right, where's Martin Street? Is it across the ways? Oh, it is. Keep going straight down. Good times. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure that there is one of those things that I want to find down Martin Street. Not Martin Street. The next street that I'm going to. We'll show you that when we get there. Ah, there it is! Yeah, get out of here! That's a creeper, and it is designed to be the same as the creepers from Silent Hill 1. Literally, they are the same bugs with human faces. Because the character designer said, we made the models, and we wanted to use them. Ah! Bye. I got the apartment gate key. Does that body look kind of familiar to anyone? Just saying. No, I'm not even going to be coy about that one. Not all of them. Most of the human bodies in this game are based on James. Like, literally James's model. That was James's model. They just warped the head around and just mold it a little bit. And there's a couple, 2 or 3 bodies that we will find elsewhere in town that are literally just James. And this goes back to something that they kind of hinted at in Silent Hill 1, where once you're here forever. They kind of tease that Harry will always wake up in Silent Hill over and over again, no matter what he does, and whether or not he saves his daughter. And that's something that they're implying here. James has done this before. In fact, I think this might be such a place. Oh, did you just kite me into one of the line figures? How dare you! Get out of here! I'd kick a roach like that. You don't even know. It is! It's James again. And a line figure. Get back here! Yeah. I feel really proud that I did that. That one was ironic. There's a memo pad on the ground. I'm going to write everything that I've learned so far. Maybe that will help you out somehow. If you're reading this, it probably means I'm already dead. Are you gonna come for me? Fries! Somebody mentioned James's fighting style. Yeah, actually, he's not very good at this. He's, I think he's a banker? He's listed as a clerk. I don't know what specifically he does. I think he works in a bank, like I say. But, yeah, your boy's got no combat training. What would you do? You just grab a plank and start swinging it, right? It seems that they're attracted to light. That's why people who need light to see are their natural prey. They also react strongly to sound. If you want to go on living, you'd better off just sitting in the dark. You'd be better off just sitting in the dark and staying quiet. But even that probably won't save you. If you're going to try to fight them, the most important thing is to relax. It's dangerous to fire a gun while you're all crazy with fear. Take good aim and then squeeze the trigger. And don't forget to finish them off. I think most of these creatures can be killed, even if they are tougher than people. Run away. Run away, 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 run away! Can do, paper! Let's go! As just a neat little aside, because where we need to go is to the apartment. Rickstras, you're not wrong. That is essentially explaining Rule 1, double tap. Excuse me. Also, you want to talk about absolute fear? I'll tell you absolute fear. In the HD version, the creepers have a really devastating attack that they don't have in this game, which is to just straight up crash the game. They hang the code, send you to the dashboard. Have fun, nerd. Right. This might be the point where I have to dink around with my settings a little bit, because, my golly, this game is incredibly dark, as is fairly often the case on the PS2. Let's just put you there. There you go. Now we can see what we're doing. Incidentally, now we can see what we're doing. I'm just gonna... Ooh. There you go. Let's just top that up a little bit. This game also has the secret options, like the first game did. And down here, noise effect. Let's just turn that on for a little bit. I don't think that turned that on for a little bit, because it didn't ask me to confirm. Oh, it did. Amazing. So, noise effect, when we get back into the game, is probably kind of hard to see, because it's really quite subtle, but it's got like a layer of TV static over the top of the screen. And that is a very intentional design choice, designed to make this game look like a VHS tape. Just, you know, like you find a tape on a shelf and you don't know what's on it, and you play it, and it's a roll of the dice whether you're just going to be scarred forever by the contents. That's what this game is supposed to look like. And if this were a pre-record, I would absolutely leave the noise effect on, because it's one of the few games where I think it looks better with the noise, but that would just crunch the bitrate super hard on Twitch, so we're going to clean it up a little bit. Also, yeah, blood color. The enemies can bleed green, or purple, or black. That's a recurring option from the first game as well. I believe every enemy bleeds red in this game, unless you change that. Oh, Patch doesn't know what I mean by a videotape. Alright, so imagine like a YouTube video, but you can hold it. That's what a videotape is. and it never worked. You'd put it in the video player, and it'd go, and chances are you'd pull it out, and it'd just unspool, and ugh. I'm guessing Green Blood is for Germany. So this game wasn't censored in Germany. Weirdly enough. It was censored in America. That's something we'll come to like way later on. But no, it wasn't remotely censored in Germany, which is weird. Because, yeah, normally Gemma, they're the ones that are like, no fun here. Reminds me of this time when I went to Germany and, like, we were on a boat ride. And don't worry, the story has a happy ending. There was, like a leak in the boat, and we started going down. And we get on the headset, and we're like, oh my god, lifeguard, help us, we're sinking! And the guy gets back in touch and goes, what are you sinking about? If Alana Ray was here, he would have appreciated that joke. Yeah, we're teasing you, Patch. Don't worry about it. Oh, also, I show you something cool that this game does mechanically. Right, just stand in the light for a little bit. Stand in the light for a little bit, James. And then run into the dark. The dark is darker now. And as we stand here, you can see it slowly fade in as James's eyes adjust to the darkness. Like, oh my god, somebody thought about that. And somebody wrote it down. There's a trash chute. Some kind of strange garbage stuck in the hole. Oh, Dutch all of those angles. Oh. Oh, do you see that game unloading? It's almost like I'm forcing it into 69, and it shouldn't be. I don't care. This game's great. Huh. Does anything in this scene look familiar to anyone? Because if I go, where is it? If I go over here, check it out. It's Mary's outfit. Which is kind of hard to see because I've upped the brightness on the game. But yeah, that dress that Mary is wearing in that picture is this outfit that this mannequin is wearing. And it's also the outfit that Nicolas Cage's wife is wearing in the movie Con Air. I got a flashlight. Ah! Taking away that light made a monster come to life. What the hell? If only I had a note saying that that was the case. That probably doesn't mean anything. So, Patch? Yes, actually. You are correct. You know what James is really into? Legs. Legs. Am I right? Legs. And it also carries a bit of a... an ominous sort of... what's the word? Implication that, at least where he is concerned, women are things, like objects, to be possessed. I feel like this is a trap. Like, I'm gonna come around here and it's a party. Kinda, actually. Hot damn! Look at those dynamic shadows. It is the year 2001. This game looks fantastic. Alright, back it up, back it up. Tell you what you can't do in this game. Combo rolls! Man, that would be really annoying if a game allows you to do that. And that's why the game does what it does. Right, which is the torch button? Is it you? It's you. This is why the game does what it does in terms of the combat, where James is a panicky idiot just flailing a plank around, because it's almost as though horror and being unable to fight back is a key element of a genre called psychological horror. Wow! I'm dunking on Silent Hill Homecoming again. I don't think anyone's going to mind. That game's not very good. Like, it's fine, but it's not a very good Silent Hill game, I'll tell you what. I have considered Resident Evil Rocket Launcher, and I think part of that is because the two games have very different attitudes to what horror is, because that one's more survival horror than psychological. And do you know what, Mew? It was you came up with a really good analogy for this, and I've completely forgotten what it was. It's something like, in this one, it's a case of, are you strong enough to beat all the monsters? Hey, what's up? And in Resident Evil, it's more, are the monsters, like, strong enough to beat you? Something like that. Also, in the book, James jokes to himself that the mannequin he took the torch from has, like, chased him down, and he wants it back. And he has a good chuckle. And then the mannequin comes to life and tries to kill him. And it's less funny that way. I did choose Homecoming as my in-law, and honestly, that's on me, because I didn't know about that to begin with. I courted this beautiful game, and that's what I got left with. Is this the one that has the thing? That's not the one with the thing in it. Nah, Silent Hill Homecoming is the one that's in the TA, and it comes home on the weekend with like a bit of camo paint. It's like, yeah, army things. You wouldn't know. You weren't there. Ah! What the hell? I thought I got you. Apparently not. So going back to, like, the mannequins, like, can I get the camera to look at that again? Yeah, there you go. These guys are also fairly leggy. James likes legs. I can't get the door open. Ooh, is that the one that I think it is? I don't know. Yeah, that's the one. I can't get the door open. So, oh, we'll get to this in a second, Empirical Woodland. And then I'll explain this, and then we'll ask what you've discovered today. So, in Silent Hill, the general rule is, the lock is broken, that door's not opening. It's locked, go find a key. That one is neither. James says, I can't get this door open. Because that door only opens in subsequent releases of this game. The director's cut, you can open that door, and there's like a little area behind it. It's pretty cool. Alright, Empirical Woodland, what is it that you have discovered today? M&S are doing Japanese milk buns. Oh my god. Right, stream cancelled. I am going to Marks and Spencer's right now. And I'm going to grab some Japanese milk buns. Genuinely, I may actually go there tomorrow. Is this the room? That's not the room. Oh, there's a note over there. The scars from the past shall remove the nail that stops time. Will you push the clock? Yeah, sure. How heavy could it be? No matter how hard I push, it doesn't move. It's like it's stuck to the ground. What's this? Henry, Mildred, Scott. My goodness, what could this mean? I have no idea. However, Jaded Mew has redeemed Show and Tell, so let's go take a quick look at that, shall we? Yeah. All of the tension is removed from the scene. Everything's fine, don't worry about it. Today's Show and Tell is... where is it? There it is, it's on that layer. This is 600 tea bags, which I bought from work. So we got a big run of these literal sacks full of tea bags, 100 apiece. And this is Twining's Full English, like, breakfast blend, specifically. And I think only really Empirical Woodland is going to appreciate this. At least the people present. Maybe Click, actually, if he's still here. And not just lurking. When you go to, like, a pub for your breakfast, or you stay at, like, a travel inn, or something like that, these are the tea bags that they have for breakfast there. And they are absolutely glorious. This is fantastic breakfast tea. Empirical Woodland asks if it's as good as the Jersey tea that he sent. No. But it's a very close second. And as soon as I saw this come into work, I actually bought 8 sacks. Only one of them was for me. Don't worry, I don't need 800 tea bags. That's a lie. I do, but these are my parents, my sisters, my aunt, her church. These tea bags are all going someplace. But the look I got at the till when I just plonked this many tea bags on the desk, I'm like, and a bag, please. Yeah, that's today's Show and Tell. 600 tea bags, which is not enough, honestly. I would happily have more of those, but it was like £3 per bag. I'd take it. I'd take it for twice that. It's a lot of tea, and it's really good tea. So thank you very much, Jade Mew, for redeeming Show and Tell, and interrupting Silent Hill 2 so I could think about what I'm supposed to be doing next, because I've got an idea. And that is to demonstrate this. Look, the game has a pause button. If you push select, game pauses, instead of going to the menu. Good times. You're welcome. Now please acknowledge your HMS joke. I did not see an HMS joke. But you know what? I'm sure... Oh! Henry, Mildred, Scott! I was thinking of boats. I got you, Jaded Mew. Very well done. That was a coin drop moment coming from a mile away. You are very funny. I'm glad that we are friends. I don't think I can get through that other door. I think it's straight up concreted over at this point. Yeah, it is. Alright, cool, back we go. So something kind of cool that this game does in the code, there's about 400 different footstep sounds. And I think it's something like 10 to 15 per material. So like walking on concrete, walking on the pavement, walking on carpet, walking on wood. And the game has this little algorithm so that it never plays the same one twice in a row or within a certain number of steps. So instead of the game just going clomp, 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 clomp as you walk around, it sounds a lot more natural. And it's one of those things that you don't really think about until you know that it's there, and you're like, oh yeah, I would definitely notice if it wasn't. There's a key on the ground on the other side of these bars. If I stretch my arm out, I might just be able to reach it. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Let's pick that up. It's not like we have, a reaching tool in our hand right now. It's fine, don't even worry about it.
Ow! Hey, wait! Damn it.
I can't reach it no matter how far I stretch. But who's that kid? I don't know. Probably nobody important, James. Don't even worry about it. I find that buying most things in bulk, people just give you a weird look about it. Dear viewers, if you think this gun in a shopping cart is commentary on American firearm consumerism, give yourself a gold star for recognizing visual metaphors, because it absolutely is. They explain that on the making of DVD, which I own, because it's part of this set, actually. It's a 2-disc set. You get the game on the one, and the making of, like a mini movie on the other. It's really interesting, actually. And they explain a lot of, like, what the game is and what it's doing, and where some of the inspirations came from. And the lying figures, they were inspired by the director. He saw his friend come into work, and he had his hands in the front pockets of his hoodie, and he had his hood down and his head down, and he was like strutting along, listening to the music. Looks like the lock is broken. I can't open it. And the director figured, hey, that's a hideous look if we like make it skin, and that's where the line figures came from. Someone spawned in over there. I think someone spawned in over there. I don't want to deal with that. Oh, I have to, because that's the door. Alright. Someone at work bought 2 cartfuls of fake flowers. It's like one of those people in math problems. I had one of those with Tiny Child yesterday. Like, here's why you need to know your times tables. If there's 8 tracks in every new Mario Kart season pass, and there are 48 tracks in total, how many waves are there in the season pass? And the answer is, you just look blankly until I give the answer. She's a smart kid. What was that? Some kind of noise north of here? Is this corridor longer than before? I feel like this corridor is longer than before. Oh no. Hey. Hey, bud. What's up? Nothing to say about that, James? Alright, don't even worry about it. Don't look at it. We're good. We're grand.
God. Who could have?
This body is also James, dead in front of a TV. Like, he didn't like what he saw in the static, I guess. I don't know. Fun fact, this model was reused in Silent Hill 3. This was also Harry's body, and that was why it was shot from the neck downwards in the game, because it's just got James's face. And they're like, no, we can't show that. I got the key to room 202. Alright, which one's 202? Oh, I know what's in room 202. That's like the second worst thing in the world. Yeah, you'd better run. Yeah, Lady Mappy, it's a friend. What else is that thing going to be, if not a friend? So, content warning for the next, like, 5 seconds. Or maybe not. I thought that was in this room. Disregard previous. Oh, here's something cool. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is right here making this glow? It's a light source. Literally, there's just a little ball in that sink that is glowing orange. It's not anything in particular. It's like, oh, what's it? The briefcase in Pulp Fiction. What's in it? A light bulb. It's too dark to tell for sure, but I think there's something on the other side of this hole. Let's investigate. I'm reading a little too far ahead in my notes. So this room right here is full of moths and butterflies, which butterflies and moths representative of like the cycle of death and rebirth. Cool. And it also represents something that we'll see, like I say, a ways later on in the game. But the reason that all this stuff is here, the body of a dead butterfly is on the ground. Nothing else of interest here. All of this stuff, like these pinned down specimens, they came to life as soon as James came into the room. And I think that is pretty neat storytelling. Also, check it out. They follow you around this room. It's like they're looking at you. Don't worry about it. I'm leaving. I'm going. Right, what was that key that I got? Because that key that I got is the one where we need the content warning. The clock key, that's right. Patch, yeah, just stick your hand in there. Hold on to that thought, yeah? Just keep it tucked away in the back of your brain, yeah? Don't even worry about it. Wait, what? You'll see. The clock is stopped at 4:16 and 15 seconds. The faceplate is closed. It is locked. I can't touch the needles of the clock like this. Are they called needles? They're called hands. Right, hang on. That one. That one. That one. So we're going to use the clock key. And with this, we can dink around with the hands. So what do you think Henry Mildred Scott meant? I'll give you a clue. It's hours, minutes, and seconds. And I can never get it quite right. You have to set it to like 10, 12? And I can never quite get it right. Unless I read that the wrong way around and it's actually 10 to 2. Which, do you know what? It could very well be the case. Oh, well, there you go. 10 past 9. That's fine. That's not how clocks work at all. Anyway, having solved that problem, we can now continue onwards. That door's just painted on. James isn't going to look at that. I'm going to grab some health drinks, though. I like this as well. There's just a save point on a serving tray. Just here is your entree. Here is the bill. Here's the save point. I think that is the correct way to go. It sure is. Right, let's go up. Because this will allow us to grab some bullets and get that key that we saw. That whoever that was kicked it out the way. That's the way I just came in, isn't it? It sure is. Thanks, camera. I believe the content warning in question may come through one of these doors. That's the one! So, couple of ways to interpret what is happening here. Generally speaking, people think that a Pyramid Head is committing some sort of an act of sexual violence. Possibly because this is a reference to the movie Blue Velvet, where a character witnesses an assault of that nature, like, while hiding in a shuttered closet door like this. but he's actually trying to shove them down the garbage disposal. Also, why didn't James turn the torch off? Why is James opening fire? What are you doing, James? A man who does not care. Fun thing, that scene takes place in engine, like that's not pre-rendered. So to hide the door, like this closet door, it slides into the ground underneath the map, and it just places like blurred lines over the camera. Like if you do a peace sign and put them in front of your eyes, that's what it does to simulate James looking through the door. And it's really, really silly watching it in third person because the door just goes pew. Any comments? No? Alright. I did spot something in the cutscene, though. I got a courtyard key! Now we can head outside. Oh yeah, now I can fight whatever's over here. Which way am I facing? The correct direction! Although knowing the game, it has also spawned in some enemies behind me. So, no, we've got one either side of me now. Okay. Shouts out to the, actually realistic weedy firearm sound. we don't need this thing to sound like a cannon. It's just gonna go and that's what the bullets sound like. Good job, Jams. I don't think that's the way I want it to go at all, because third floor is where that key was. I should go and grab that key. Bear with me a second while I go grab that key. But that scene with Pyramid Head and the lying figures, or the mannequins, I suppose, it is referred to in the making of DVD as this suggestive scene. So, man, who even knows what they were writing when they did this? There is a lot that Bloober Team have announced about this game that they have gotten wrong, and like one of the first things that they announced for the game was the combat trailer, which I don't know that any of you have noticed. The combat in this game is kind of bleary-eyed and dreamlike and weird. It's not supposed to feel very good. You looking at something there? Good times. And generally speaking, I don't like bad by design. I feel it works a lot better in Silent Hill 2, because the general feel of the game is that is this all a dream? I'm not going to tell you. You have to watch it and find out. Whoop, there we go. But yeah, it also ties in because James has no combat experience. I don't think I could reasonably and reliably fire a handgun if I just happened to find one. I know the mechanics. You know, you point it this way, you pull the trigger, and there you go. I don't think I could. I don't think I could reasonably and reliably aim it. Particularly if my deepest fears have come to life and they're just shambling towards me. No thanks. Now I think this is where we find something really important. It sure is! Yeah, we got some juice! You need that juice. Which feels to me like a really bizarre commodity to have found. Because I don't think juice comes in a can. Actually, there's a quicker way to get where I need to be. And that is this way. But you see, to me, juice comes in a carton. The stuff in a can is carbonated. So you'll have stuff like that one whose name escapes me for the moment. I want to say Rio, but that's not right, because that's from like the 90s. But there's a juice drink that comes in a can, but it's carbonated. But yeah, it just seems odd to me. But if it is a thing, then that's absolutely fine. It's not like that's the weirdest thing we've seen today, you know? My favorite juice would probably be Vimto. What good juice. So we've seen this. There is something in the trash chute. We can't get it out. Even though we have a plank and could reasonably reach down there and shove it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a nondescript 6-pack of juice and throw it down the trash chute. Looks like the garbage chute stuck in the dust chute has fallen through. There you go. Empirical Woodland truly is trapped in Silent Hill. Rhubarb juice. You can keep that. Nasty acid tasting fruit. I don't want none of that. Well, I mean, it's in a can. Like, if it's with the fruit. Like, that's what my nan used to do when she was making, like, an apple crumble or something. She'd drain it, and I'd get the juice. The garbage bag is torn, and the contents are strewn all over. I got a coin, old man. What's this? Some gossip magazine, eh? The police announced today that Walter Sullivan, who was arrested on the 18th of this month for the brutal murder of Billy Locane and his sister Miriam, committed that in his cell early on the morning of the 22nd. According to the police statement, Sullivan used a soup spoon to stab himself in the neck, severing his carotid artery. By the time the guard discovered him, Sullivan was dead from blood loss, the spoon buried 2 inches in his neck. An old schoolmate of Walter Sullivan's from his hometown of Pleasant River said he didn't look like the type of guy who would kill kids. But I do remember that just before they arrested him, he was blurting out all sorts of strange stuff like, "He's trying to kill me, he's trying to punish me, the monster, the red devil. Forgive me, I did it, but it wasn't me." The schoolmate then added, "I guess now that I think about it, he was kind of crazy." So, there's a face, top right. As soon as you get the coin, little pareidolia face appears. That's pretty cool. Anyway, we've got a key, old man. And that's what we want. Walter Sullivan is a character we learn about in Silent Hill 4. The second worst. Oh, is it now the third worst one? Because, was it Ascension? It's Trauma. That one came out. And, like, imagine making Homecoming look good. It's unclear who the Red Devil is. It was assumed to be Pyramid Head, but it's probably Samael. Like from the first game. It's unclear. For good reason. James, you jerk, aim! Aim better! So this is a really, really good, subtly creepy moment where, like, first of all, a dried out swimming pool. That's like liminal spaces. You could make an entire video game about this these days. Whoop. But also the fact that there's a pram in here. Just chilling. It is literally unexplained what this is. Like, what was it doing here? I don't know. How much health do enemies regain if they get up once downed? I believe that is dependent on the action setting. I think hard action, they just get back up with full health. Easy, they get back up with 1. And I think normal, they get it with half. Let's move away from that, shall we? You don't want to trip off the edge. Which, incidentally, is also a difference in the difficulty settings. If you play this game on hard action difficulty, James is incredibly clumsy, and he has a chance to, like, stumble and trip over his own feet and fall flat on his face. And it's hilarious. But not, like, now, when I'm being pursued by unkillable monsters. Oh, incidentally, Patch. One of our friends recently used the Silent Hill 2 radio static, and you'll notice I identified it as the Silent Hill 2 radio static immediately because it's got a very distinct sound, and I love how it sounds. That's probably nothing.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Do what?
I didn't do anything. I swear. He was like this when I got here.
My name's James. James Sunderland.
Eddie.
Eddie. Who's that dead guy in the kitchen?
I didn't do it. I swear I didn't kill anybody.
You're not friends with that red pyramid head.
Pyramid Head is definitely the Ross of the Friends group.
What you talking about?
James, you
Honest.
dick.
I did see some weird-looking monsters. scared the hell out of me, so I ran in here.
Well, I guess this place isn't too safe either. What happened here anyway?
I told you, I don't know. I'm not even from this town. I just...
You too, huh? Something just brought you here, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, whatever it is, I think you better get out of here soon.
Yeah, you're right. What about you?
I'll leave as soon as I'm done here. Eddie, be careful.
James, you be careful too.
So originally that scene was way more graphic, and the design team were worried that they'd gone too hard with it. And the story goes that the company suffered a power outage, and it just deleted the work they had done on that scene. And they were like, that's probably a sign that we're going too hard with that scene. Let's dial it back a little bit. Anyway, that's Eddie. He's named after Eddie Murphy, a happy, friendly guy who everybody is friends with. And he's definitely lying. Because, like, throughout that conversation, he went from, I didn't do anything, to, I didn't kill that guy, to, I didn't kill everyone. Like, alright, cool. Have fun with whatever's going on over there, mate. I'll be, I'm gonna go find my wife. Remember that? That's why we came here. We got a letter, and we gotta go find Mary. Yeah, James just doesn't care. He's just like, alright, well, have fun, I suppose. I'm busy. I've got things to do. Oh, there's two of them in here. I hear that. I hear it. Where are you? Oh my god, it's me playing Overwatch! Run into a gunfight and the first thing I do is have to reload. That's right, because my preview run of this, like you saw, was played on easy difficulty, where James automatically reloads the gun. Do you know what? That's a pretty good way of looking at it. Yeah, active hurricane. Someone's got to be passing through. Painting is displayed here. There's nothing of particular interest. That just reminds me of I Love Bees from Halo 2. Where they were like in a phone call with a hurricane approaching, and the guy on the other end of the line broke character to be like, dude, it's just Halo 2. Go and get to safety. No, but I need the plot. Right, what can I do over here? I don't need to do anything over here, because I have explored all of that. Okie doke. So this is one of those things. I know more than I should about the mechanics and the coding in this game. but, like, I keep forgetting what the route is to complete it. I know the puzzles and stuff. But, like, So I can't speak for, death threats, although I have been followed home. That was kind of creepy. But, generally speaking, when a customer threatens me, I'm just like, alright, cool. Hell's that way. Well, good, I'm not going that way. There's a face in that window as well. Fancy that. Yeah, that's how it goes. You can't let customers get to you. Like, I had a customer... Oh, what was it? I will ruin you, she said. Like... Cool. You won't. Fire escape key in the 3rd floor hallway. Fancy that! I can go and do that right now. It is this way. I do believe. So, Patch, that one is... That's just me. I've worked in retail for quite a while. This is the start of my 13th year at my current job. And... Mate, say something new, and maybe I'll pay attention to you. But... Oh, I'm gonna complain to head office about you. Alright, cool. I'll frame it. I'll put it on the wall. My last job was... We sold a bit of everything, but it was primarily a toy shop. And we had a scoreboard up on Boxing Day. How many times each of us had ruined Christmas? Because when customers go in and they're like, I want to return this, it doesn't work, and you've ruined Christmas. Be like, alright, Anton, it's one for me, yeah? I'm sorry, is this not the 3rd floor fire escape? Was I right the first time and I needed to go to the 2nd floor fire escape? I think I did. Oops. Let's go do that. So this is one of those things where you've got to have... Like, it's different depending on the worker. If I get a complaint, I will read it aloud in front of everyone in a really sarcastic voice. And, that's hilarious to me. But there are associates and... I mean, not just associates, people who I work with at every level who... If you complain, maybe don't read it aloud. Maybe they don't want to hear none of that. That's not a fire escape at all! Maybe they knocked it down when they built the building next door? I think I can get into the building next door if I go through the window in front of me. Oh, I'm pretty sure this is the room. Not the room. That's Silent Hill 4. And Downpour. It looks like there's something stuck inside the toilet. Go on, James. Get right in there. It looks like a wallet. There's some kind of memo in it. Alright, hang on. 14. 19. 20. 13. Yeah, James is the only character who does that in the entire Silent Hill series. I think 2 other characters bring it up. If you have a complete Silent Hill 2 save file on your memory card, Heather will look at it in Silent Hill 3. She will look at a toilet and be like, well, I guess I'm gonna... No! Who in their right mind? No! And in Silent Hill 4, Henry looks at the toilet and is like, there's something in there. And it's gonna stay in there. Why would I ever reach into a toilet? And I like that it's now just a running joke that James is just... James does not care. Right, which way around are we going? That way around. So. 14. Is it that one? And then 19. And then that way around to number 20. And then this way to 13, which should... I didn't open the door. Dawn. Maybe I have to go the other way. I want to do this. It's absolutely worth doing. There you go. Just load you up with handgun bullets. That's an optional puzzle. You don't have to do it, but that's what it is. Is the thing in here? The thing is not in here. The thing is downstairs. Alright, cool. Moving on. I like how clearly no one has been in this apartment for a long time as well. Like, suddenly everything is, like, mildewy and watery. Like, there's a big puddle down here. And not just the puddle of blood. Like, people move into Blue Creek. That's the nice one. You don't want to live in this one. I wonder where I'm supposed to be going. Thanks, game. It's locked, but there's a note stuck on the door. Dear Tim, I have to run an errand, so I'm going out. I left the house key with Uncle David. You know where he lives, don't you? The key is in the room near the first floor staircase. I'll be back as soon as I can, so please watch the place while I'm gone. So that is one of my, like, favorite little things about this game, because it's, again, it's dream logic. There is something beautifully surreal about, hey, I'm in this nightmare world, but there's a note on the door that's just like, yeah, I've gone to the shops. Don't worry about it. You want to do that again? Someone tried jiggling that door as soon as I walked away from it. That's a randomly occurring event. That's great. There's a couple of those. A couple of them are in this area, in fact. There's one where, I think it's the room with the gun, where you can hear somebody pacing around and talking to themselves, but only like on random seeds. Kind of wild. Well, thank goodness for that. We can't go that way. Oh yeah, because we're on the second floor. I remember. I, I love that got the scary music. Just a little roach gets the Psycho soundtrack. Whoop. Hey, how common is this in America, by the way? Because I've never seen this, but I've also never been into like big apartment complexes like this one. I've never been in a building that has like a communal wash area like that. That reloading is going to get me killed. It just is. Quick pointer note for the scene coming up through this white door over here. As soon as the scene begins, try to pass where everyone is and where they are in relationship to one another and what they are doing. Because it's deliberately unclear, and you only get like a second or two to figure it out before the game redirects you. Okay? Okay. Also, hi, it's the best music. I love the Price of Promise.
Yeah, I'm James.
Angela.
Angela. Okay. I don't know what you're planning, but there's always another way.
Really? But you're the same as me. It's easier just to run. Besides, is what we deserve.
No, I'm not like you.
You afraid? I'm sorry.
It's okay. Did you find your mother?
Not yet. She's not anywhere.
Did she live in this apartment building?
I don't know.
So, all you know is she lived in this town.
What did you say? How do you know that?
Well, I just figured, 'cause this is where you're looking for her.
You see where she's
How
put
else
that
would I
knife?
Yeah.
No reason.
Am I right?
I'm so tired.
So, why did you come to this town anyway?
I'm sorry. Did you find the person you're looking for?
Not yet. Her name's Mary. She's my wife.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Anyway, she's dead. I don't know why I think she's here.
She's dead?
Don't worry. I'm not crazy. At least, I don't think so.
I've got to find my mama.
Should I go with you? This town's dangerous. Now I know what you meant back there in the cemetery.
I'll be okay by myself. Besides, I'd just slow you down.
What about that?
Will you hold it for me?
Sure. No problem.
If I kept it, I'm not sure what I might do. I'm sorry. I'd be bad. Please don't.
2 points of note. Despite what you might think, Angela is not afraid of James. Because she's holding a conversation with him, and it's kind of cloudy, but it's coherent. And she even starts teasing him halfway through. Are you afraid? Like, she dials it back in, but she's teasing him. She's scared of what he was doing. Specifically reaching out to take something from her. You probably know why. More on this later. Second, James did a grounding technique again. When he said, "I'm not crazy, I don't think so," he passed his hand in front of his face, just like he did in the bathroom at the start of the game. I think a lot of people here know, but like, in case we don't, a grounding technique is a thing to ground yourself in reality and help you realize that, like, what's happening is real or not. Is it a big deal? Is it not? And specifically, James was checking to see if he was dreaming. Because dreams go past the bit of your brain that deals with spatial awareness. A photo. So, like, if you can track your hand and its reflection in a mirror, it's really hard, if not impossible, for a sleeping brain to do that. So, this is real, James. You're actually here. And that's a good bit of background storytelling as well, because how does James know how to do that? He's struggled with distinguishing fantasy from reality at some point. He has sought help for it, and he's tried working through that trauma to whatever degree. Anyway, that photograph's not important. Let's move on. We've got all the puzzle parts we need for the next step on my list. Yes, indeed we have. Oh, also, you notice a recurring theme of mirrors in this game, where the game is literally, look at yourself, James. Look at yourself. Look at it. And this scene is probably the most blatant, like, the entire wall is a mirror. That was probably a dance studio, come to think of it. It's the only reason I can think of to have such a thing. Maybe photography or art. Mostly dance. Alright, where are we now? I don't have a mirror wall in my flat, and I'm glad. I didn't have a mirror in my flat for the first couple weeks. I don't like mirrors. Mirrors are weird. And then I realized I need one, at the very least, for brushing my hair. So we'll just have to get one of those. And it mostly just reminds me of... I've mentioned... I think I've mentioned this one. The first time I went to Japan, one of the times we stayed in a hotel that had a traditional bathroom. And that was something awkward is what that was. To just sit in front of a full-length mirror and just perceive myself. Ooh, I don't know about that. Oh, here it is. White Chrism. That is a New Game Plus item. And if you get that, you can work towards getting a secret ending. Yeah, there it is. I thought that was the room. There's something written on the desk. Are you going to show me what that is, game? There you go. 3 bright coins in 5 holes be. At one end sits the seducer of she. The wind from behind the woman doth play. The formless one, null, lies furthest from they. The old one beside the serpent sits not. 'Tis the prisoner's left that he doth rot. So based on that, we have to use the coins and work out, hey, where do we put the coins in this selection of 5 little indents? Indentations? That one. Patch, thank you very much for stopping by. I'm glad you were here. I know you've talked about watching the game eagerly, so I'm glad you're here. The VOD will be up on YouTube tomorrow. I forgot what coin I picked, so let's not do that. let's try again. So, first of all, we're going to go for the snake, the seducer of she. She being Eve, like from the Bible. The snake said, eat the apple / fig, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I thought you were able to look at the back of it. Apparently not. Anyway, let's use the snake. And that one sits to the furthest right. Now, the next thing that it said in the note is that there is a gap between the snake, like there is wind between the snake and the next coin, so that one is empty. And then it talks about an old man to the left of the prisoner. But also that there is a gap at the start. Right, this one is the prisoner. Good show, terrible ending. That's it. Got to go hide out in Switzerland. Ironically, could have done with vanishing to the village. And this gets us the Lynn house key. I always... Come on, James. Back to reality, please. Thank you. I always forget which floor I'm on and which floor any of this stuff is on. The game, by design, is somewhat confusing to navigate. Not like impossible to navigate, it just... Oh, it just takes a minute. Right. Right, so you are here. And I believe that might be the exit. Unless there's an extra step. I always forget if there's an extra step to this one as well. Alright, was it you? It's you. Oh, there is, because I forgot about this room. How could I forget about this room? This is like one of the rooms I think of when I think about Silent Hill 2. Are we not going to look at that letter that is clearly on the bed? A painting is displayed here. There's nothing of particular interest. No, it's right there, James. No? Okay. Back we go. I'm going to save for no reason at all. Don't worry. I'm sure everything will be fine. Someone took a camera hack and used it there, because that's a good place to take a look at the weapons and stuff. That was something I remember from way back in, like, on the OC Rebix forums, when people were like, yeah, what cool junk can we find in Silent Hill 2? With, incidentally, this being the thing that inspired me to write my dissertation for A2 English at college, to Psychology and Sexuality in Silent Hill 2. I went pretty hard with it. Content warning for the first 5 seconds after opening this door. After the loading screen, of course. Anyway, that one's a lot less ambiguous. That one was what you think it is. Anyway, it's time to fight. You're going to want to get out of this guy's way, pretty damn quick, because I'm also going to want to drop that volume just a little bit. There we go, because Pyramid Head has an auto-tracking overhead sword swing, which is a one-hit kill, thus confirming him to be a Dark Souls 2 boss. So, interesting little bit of background technical spec about this boss fight. We are on a timer, and every time we hit Pyramid Head in some way, if we shoot him, if we are insane and chainsaw him, that timer goes down. It's entirely possible to do that fight without firing a single shot. You can do this as a pacifist run. And there you go, we've done enough damage. He's leaving. Bye. Getting away though, because he is still active, and if you're on the stairs, he will attack you, and you just die. I have learned this the hard way. So, why is it that Pyramid Head has a blade now, you might be wondering? Because, like, it's his most iconic look, but the first couple of times you see him, he's unarmed. So why does he have a knife now? Empirical Woodlands says magic. Kinda. Let's get outside, away from this dank hallway, first of all. But yeah, it comes down to what Pyramid Head is. So, the monsters that we've seen so far have drawn from elements of Mary, but Pyramid Head draws from elements of James, specifically his self-image, his ego. Because James is or wants to be the big, strong, muscular, manly alpha, and he's tall and he's strong and he's intimidating with a big square jaw, and he's like banging nines and tens, and he goes and finds another one, and that warps and perverts itself into Pyramid Head. And there's a couple of other points where his design came from, but because Pyramid Head is based on James, James has a knife now. And that's why Pyramid Head has a knife. And the knife doesn't do anything in terms of, like, the plot, and it's not a puzzle item. Like, you can't use it. If you examine it, the blade is stained with something red. Alright, cool. It's just a regular knife. I think it's making fun of the butter knife at the start of Silent Hill 1. That's like the most useless weapon in anything. But because this is a really big and important knife to James, it carries a lot of metaphorical weight to it. That also congeals and manifests as Pyramid Head has a big, heavy, important looking knife. And I think that's super cool. That is good storytelling. To me. I like it.
You! It was you, wasn't it? You're the one who stepped on my hand.
I don't know. Maybe I did.
What's a little girl like you doing here, anyway?
Huh? Are you blind or something?
What's that letter?
None of your business. You didn't love Mary anyway.
Wait! How do you know Mary's name?
Do you know what? Demon, probably a good word for that. I mean, Lady Mappy, that is also part of it. It comes down to how you want to interpret the game. I tend to go for James Irzor wants to be the alpha male, and like that's a hideous version of that, and it's like something we'll see. We'll probably be able to get to there before the end of the stream. But in the next area, that's something like real important that comes up. So let's put a pin in that, and let's get back to it, and come back to it. Yeah, where am I going? I don't know. Oh, we're going to the park. If you recall, at the start of the game, James said, I wonder where our special place could be. There was the park. So here we are. Oh my god, it's a gaze bow, and it's just standing there menacingly. It's fine though. It's asleep. Right, this mooring rope, I'm gonna get real finicky now. This mooring rope, it stops in midair. And I know this because the HD version doesn't have fog. So you can just see it and stopping kind of out there a little bit. And you can see the static, unmoving water texture too. And oh my god, that game is terrible. And that's why I'm playing the PS2 version. Because this is way better.
Mary?
We found her, guys! Oh.
No, you're not.
Do I look like your girlfriend?
No, my late wife. I can't believe it. You could be her twin. Your face, your voice, just your hair and clothes are different.
My name is Maria. I don't look like a ghost, do I? See? Feel how warm I am?
You're
Put those
really
down.
not Mary.
I told you. I'm Maria.
Sorry. I was confused.
Where are you going?
I'm looking for Mary. Have you seen her?
Didn't you say she died?
Oh yeah, 3 years ago. But I got a letter from her. She says she was waiting in our special place.
And that's here? Anyway, I haven't seen her. Is this your only special place?
Look, you can see the water. It's not even moving.
Hotel, too, I guess. The one on the lake? I wonder if it's still there.
The Lakeview Hotel? Yeah, it's still there. So, the hotel was your special place, huh? I'll bet it was. Don't get so mad. I was just joking. Anyway, it's not that way. It's this way.
You're coming with me?
You were gonna just leave me?
No, but...
With all these monsters around?
No, I just...
I'm all alone here. Everyone else is gone. I look like Mary, don't I? You loved her, right? Or maybe you hated her.
Don't be ridiculous.
So it's okay?
Yeah, fine.
Couple of things about Maria. This is the second time we've seen her today, because there's a picture of her up in the toilet at the start of the game, and I walked right past it and didn't point it out, but it's there. You can go back and look at that. Also, she's wearing Christina Aguilera's outfit from the 1999 Teen Choice Awards. Look it up. It's weird when you notice it. Anyway, she's following us around now, and, cool, I don't care. I'm gonna go find my wife, I guess. I've got stuff to do. You can tag along if you want. Lady Mappy, reasonably without spoilers, why do you feel really bad for Maria? I mean, I get it. She's all alone in this town full of monsters, and the one person who can at least potentially the one person who can see her is like, cool, bye. And he doesn't want to take her wherever he's going and protect her. Like, so yes, that is also something that I was going to touch on, and I have touched on it a little bit, actually. This is the original version of the game, so there's content that is missing from subsequent releases. Namely, there is a side story This version is called Letter from Silent Heaven. And off the top of my head, I forget what it's called, but there is a little side story where it's like, hey, here's a little bit more about the plot of the game. Do you want to see what it is? It's spoiler-tastic. Right, the first place where I need to go is actually a little distraction over here. This is Jack's Inn. This is where we went when we arrived in Silent Hill with Heather. What is James's car doing here? Why is James's car parked outside the seedy hourly rates motel, near to the bowling alley and the strip club down the street from where his wife is dying? Probably doesn't mean anything. It's actually a very specific model of car as well. It's a 1977 Pontiac Ventura. And they use it in Silent Hill 4 as well. There's a character called Jasper who drives to Silent Hill in that car. And like, alright, cool. Now, is it here? It's here. Is it here? Oh, it sure as hell isn't here. Well, if you fulfill certain requirements, this place right here has... oh, you can see the shadow, actually. Yeah, you can see the shadow where it's supposed to be. So this is supposed to have a little doghouse over here, which has a special item in it, and that is what helps you to get a particular item. Yeah, that's the doghouse lot. And I thought I had done that in the previous playthrough, but I haven't. So, you don't get to see it in this playthrough of the game. I'm sorry. But trust me, it's there. It's hilarious. Also, Patch was mentioning reuse of assets. They use a lot of assets from this game in Silent Hill 3. Notably, this portion of the town, actually, and elements of the final boss of this game were repurposed and made into God from Silent Hill 3. Like the head and arms, I believe. Oh, the arms Pyramid Head. The head is definitely from this game. I want to say the arms are either from the final boss or from Pyramid Head. They ran out of money, is what I'm trying to say. This is also James's car, but it's rusted, not blue. So they just painted it. Or stripped it down, I guess. Either way, that's an upgrade to the plank, if you like one of those. And this, the Book of Lost Memories, is a Silent Hill game. Kind of. The name comes from the legend of the people whose land was stolen from them. They called this place the Place of Silent Spirits. By spirits, they meant not only their dead relatives, but also the spirits that they believed inhabited the trees, rocks, and water around them. According to legend, this is where the holiest ceremonies took place. But it was not the ancestors of those who now live in this town that first stole the land from these people. There were others who came before. In those days, this town went by another name, but that name is now hopelessly lost in the veils of time. All we know is that there was another name, and that, for some reason, the town was once abandoned by its residents. The Book of Lost Memories is a New Game Plus item. That is also something that gets paired with the White Chrism. And if you get that, then you will... you get all the items, and that's one of them. you'll get the special ending. That's not the one we're going for. We're gonna get whatever ending we get. It's really hard to like properly influence the endings, but we'll get to that when we get to it, because if I explain it, it completely ruins everything. So we're not gonna do that.
I'll wait here. I hate bowling.
I didn't come here to play, you know.
Hurry back, okay?
Oh man, this place has got one of my favorite pieces of music in like everything in Silent Hill. It's called Alone in Town. It's great. You gotta give it a bit. You gotta load. There you go. Listen to this.
So what'd you do? Robbery? Murder?
Nah, nothing like that.
Huh, you're just a gutless fatso.
What'd you have to say that for?
I thought you said the cops were after you.
No, I just ran because I was scared. I don't know what the cops are doing.
But if you did something bad, why don't you just say you were sorry? Well, I guess I run away a lot too.
It's no good. They wouldn't listen. Nobody will ever forgive me.
Listen to this lo-fi hip-hop to search for your wife for.
Did you find the lady you're looking for? What's her name? Mary?
And then when you get to it, there's this really cool, like, stanky guitar. Oh, it's great. Eddie, are you sticking your head in the Shino Bolo again?
Eddie?
Oh, you're...
James. We met in the apartment building?
Yeah, I remember. But...
Are you alone here, Eddie?
No.
Oh, there it is. Listen to that.
Bye-bye.
Wait! Come back! Eddie, let's go after her.
Huh? Laura? But why?
Laura. Is that her name?
That's what she said.
This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza?
She said she was fine by herself. She said a fatso like me would just slow her down.
Forget you.
So Eddie said that he doesn't know what the cops are doing in town, implying that there is law enforcement active at the minute. And it's possible, because I didn't show it off, but our path to the apartment building it's initially blocked off by police tape. And if you go back to the tunnel where we found the first enemy and we got the plank, you can't actually go down the alleyway. It's sealed off with crime scene tape. So, like, I don't know. Are the police here?
Did a little girl run out of here?
Yeah, she was too fast for me. Aren't you gonna go after her?
Sure, let's go. Don't mind me, by the way. I am in fact gonna go find my wife, but the fact that I went to the bowling alley and I'm now gonna sneak into the strip club, shh. It doesn't mean anything. James is a good man.
She went through there.
Is there any other way?
Yeah, there is. Right through there.
We proceed through bottles of booze, you say? My goodness, that's not a fortuitous camera angle at all. What
It's
are
no
you talking
good.
about?
It's locked.
That's not what you're supposed to keep in one of those. That'd scratch those right up. What are you talking about? This is also a pretty good piece of music. I really like it. The next track on the soundtrack, though, is, really harsh scraping. The soundtrack's great. It's one of my favorite albums, and I listen to it a lot, particularly while cooking. This is where Heather came in Silent Hill 3. You can come over here and see a poster for Lady Maria, and I think there's some bullets and stuff. Have I ever played this at work? No, because we very rarely have the opportunity to take over the soundtrack at work. Closest video game music we've had was actually Corridors of Time. Oh, by the way, there was a rumor back in the day where if you examine this, like, a lot, then Maria would dance on it. And don't keep doing it. Keep examining it. And it's not like that one time when if you examine Wesker's desk, then you get a sexy picture of Rebecca. It actually doesn't do anything. There is no data on the disk for Maria doing anything like that. Why would there be? Am I thinking of Silent Hill 3? Is there supposed to be something in here? I'm thinking of Silent Hill 3. But yeah, at one point when they were upgrading they were changing the playlist from like every 9 months or so they update it. And now it's all done digitally, like from head office, but they used to have to shut down the music in store for a little bit. And then there's a camera hack. There's like a button push combo and a debug. Not button push, it's a debug option that sets the camera like this for the entire game. It's weird. Yeah, it used to be that they'd have to shut down the music, use filler for like 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever, and then the music would come back on. And in this instance, because I remember it well, it was a breezy summer afternoon, and the hold music they played was Corridors of Time. And I'm just there, life is good right now. I'm listening to one of the best pieces of music on the Chrono Trigger soundtrack, and just... you know? Bloober Team would probably do that. Although, I don't know. Questionable decisions. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Silent Hill 2 remake is like. I can't play it. I don't have anything that will be capable of playing it, but like at the very least hope that they treat my baby nicely. You know?
Over there!
How is it? Can I see how the hospital is spelled in this one? Oh, it's spelled wrong! It's spelled Brookhaven with an L. It's actually Brookhaven. But, you know, L's and R's in Japanese and all that. Although to be fair, L's and R's outside of English, I am told. I don't know. I mostly just speak English. Stripper Pole DLC. 99.99.99.99. Get the sexy Maria of your dreams that you have always wanted. You know you want it, boys. I'm going to stop here, I do think, because this cold has come out of nowhere, and it's been slowly kicking my ass this whole stream, and I hope nobody's noticed it too badly, but I sure have. But also, we're at the start of the next, like, big area of the game, so it's going to take a while to go through this one. So here is my ending screen. Thank you very much for watching along, everybody. Why do I need to save that? I don't know. Let's save that. Oh, that's why, because it's not present. Cool. Anyway, let's go to Twitch and see if we can find somebody to raid. Who's raiding what? Is anyone playing this right now? Probably not. Silent Hill 2 has 60 followers on Twitch, which is wild. That's like nobody. Ooh, here's somebody. They are a little bit further along than I am. So if you are... Oh, Josh has a new raid alert? Let's go to Josh then. Let's go say hello to Josh. He is playing Kingdom Hearts, and there you go. Kingdom Hearts. All being well, come back tomorrow. We're going to do some Jade Empire. We'll see how I'm feeling. I won't know. Thank you for joining me for this. Happy birthday, Lady Mappy. Come back next time. And until next time, goodbye.